Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Cheryl Algie from Kerrang in Northern Victoria, Australia. And boy, have we had some hot weather, like 47 or 48 or something Tuesday, and even yesterday was pretty hard to handle. I'm not even sure what the temperature got to. I had both coolers in the house going full blast, and actually wasn't too bad. So, yeah, better than Tuesday. So, anyway, I thought I would. Are we using any of these? No, we're not. Although we're just there to show you. Later on, I'm going to show the cards and some of the changes I made and just give a bit of a description of the cards so that if you wanted to purchase the exclusive card retreat by Stampin' Up, you can still purchase it even though the live demonstrations are finished. You can still get them on Facebook and then later on YouTube. But I recreated one of the cards, something a little bit different that I've never done before. It's weaving, and I've actually added in some die cuts with the gears and textures. You wouldn't need to, but I just thought for something different. So that's the gears and textures bundle. And I have used some, what is this called? Boho Vibes paper. I felt that it was perfect for this card. So I'm doing a different colorway than I've showed you in the sample that I popped up. And I'm using the birthday wishes from the Simply Said stamp. So I don't believe I need those. We'll just get cracking. I have pre-done a little bit of embossing, as you will see, but I am going to do some embossing live with you. But the first thing I want to do is to put some adhesive. Now I've just got to remember which one of these I wanted to. Does that side up? I think I wanted, yeah. I think that was what I was going to do. I only did this yesterday and she's already forgotten. Yeah, no, that's right. So that way up. These are just, I'll tell you the size of these. I needed 4, well actually needed 6. I'll just show you I've already done the inside and the envelope so that I'm not wasting too much time, because it does take a little bit of time, this technique. Just get those out the way for a bit. And I mean, you could put them going different ways if you wanted to. I just put on my first one, I did this on the envelope, and on the this one I'm doing I just put them lengthways, and you've got enough with the 6x6 paper to do that with. Looks like I've left something in there. Oh, that's my spare in case I muck up my embossing. So I am going to emboss with you. But firstly, I want to put, I'll explain all that in a minute. I firstly want to put some of our multi-purpose liquid glue on my strips. How many of them did I need? I thought I only needed 2 of them. Where's my card? I need 4. Oh, there we go. 4. 4 of them. And I want the green side up. So I'm putting the adhesive on that. And these are... I'm going to get the adhesive on and then I'll tell you what the strips measure. Because I want these to be... Did I finish what I was saying? Our multi-adhesive glue, which Tombow we all call it. This can be repositionable. You just need to let it dry, and that's what I want for this card. Can you see what I'm doing? I'm using my glue gun because I I've got those tiny little strips that I want to do. So I just need a tiny bit on them. So a little bit, a little bit. That was more than a little bit. Now the paper is sticking to my finger. Pop my lid on that. Hello from the USA. Did you do the class by any chance? Thank you for watching too, by the way. So I'm just going to pop those aside. If I can move this without getting the glue everywhere. That's the challenge for me at the minute. So I want it out of the way of everything else I'm doing. So grab my little ruler. Now if you're, or whichever country you're in, we all measure the same, but they've done, so that is, what is that? The widest one is 3/8 of an inch, or I just did mine in centimetres. So I did a centimetre for the big ones, and I did a 1/2 centimetre for the little ones. Where's the original card? This was it, and oh no, they've done a 1/4 inch. 1/4 inch for the small ones, and oh yeah, that's right, 3/8 for the big ones, and the little ones 1/8 of an inch, which I found that easier to cut because 1/8 of an inch is like about 2.5, not 2.5, 2 the little marks on the centimetre marks. So I found that a bit tricky to work out. So, and also using some two-tone cardstock. Now I have got a couple of full packs of this, colours that I thought I would use, but the majority of my packs, and I'll just explain this, were multi-packs, and it was driving me insane having to pull all of those packs out and go through them to see what colours I had. So the other night I went through all the packs and I've separated out all the colours. It's a good way to buy them, the multi-packs, and you get a light, so one side's light and the other side's dark. Wonderful. So for our card, we are using that for our base. That's the dark, and then we're using the light for our card. And what they did through the retreat was they used, probably need to, I've got embossing stuff on there, probably need to use my, can't live without my mat. So is that, hang on, I want it that way, not that way. Nearly put the glue on the wrong side, didn't I? What they used, all the cards were in basic white cardstock. No, just, oh, okay, thanks, Lou. Yeah, thanks for watching. It was interesting. Are you a demonstrator? Or it doesn't matter whether you're a demonstrator or not, but because everyone could take part in the virtual retreat. And when I go through the cards and just explain, you can see all the cards on the website, but you don't really know, you don't really get just how fabulous they are and what techniques they chose us, and the banter between the demonstrators. It was great. I didn't actually measure this to make sure I'd cut this exactly right, so we're hoping. So yes, every card that we did was, the base was white. You get a, and that's perfect actually. Oh, well, I did a paper cut, did I? That's all I'd need to be bleeding all over. Yeah, I did. I have to watch that I don't bleed. It's one of the things I don't have in my craft room is Band-Aids. I'm going to have to go and get one, sorry. So I don't want blood all over my card. I haven't done a paper cut like that for ages. I'll just be right back. I'm just going to grab a Band-Aid. Oh, you used to be a demonstrator, Lou. Back, and we can't have my bleeding all over the place, can we? So I throw that aside. And now, let's get to that embossing that we're going to do. I've done, I just wanted to show you what I did on those. Thought I'd pre-do these ones, and we're going to give people a choice as to whether we think the Secret Sea or the, where's my little one gone? Must be still in the envelope, is it? A little, or whether we want a combination. Oh, here it is here. Probably should have left them in there, so as I, come on, come out. So I already did those, but I'll show you what I did. And why have I got, that must have come off my mat. I can fix that later. So I want the birthday wishes from this set. I like to, that's the right side, I like to line my stamps up on my grid paper so that they're straight. Okay, and I may as well get out the other stamp to keep going with our heat embossing. And I used, doing two different things. I didn't actually use what I'm going to do, and this is how I've organised my stamps. I've got, but I do wish that I'd put the thinner piece of the photo, the whatever this window sheety stuff, the clear stuff. I wish I'd put that on the bottom because it's rather tough to get off. Probably is tough with the little piece as well, but yeah, I just thought it might have been better with the other size. So I'll pick that up. Always put your stamp down like I've just done. You probably didn't see that. I was probably off camera. Put it down on the paper and pick it up with your stamp so that it does, well, it's not so important because you're not die cutting that, but when you're die cutting, you don't want it to, when you put it down like that, it relaxes. So that's what I've done, and I've put, as you can probably see without the, I stamped them before I took them off the sheet. I stamped them all. And what I like about doing it this way is we have got them all up the correct way, whereas the old way, Stampin' Up doing it, was saying to the class last time we had a class. And then I've just, it's got the name on there, but I put it down the side because then I can just pull it out of my shelf and I can see that it's gears and textures. So the old way, where they have got the words printed, but they're back to front, which annoys me. So it's actually better that we can stamp them ourselves and have them up the correct way instead of trying to read backwards. And yeah, so that's pretty cool. Okay, now we need to use our embossing buddy. Make sure that's the right way. Grab out my copper powder. And my Versamark. That's for our card front. Don't look at my grotty pad, I'll put it over here. It still works, and if you're having issues with your embossing not working as well, please make sure that you have re-inked it. I just re-inked mine before the class. I re-inked it yesterday after I finished with my stamping because it's so hot here and I feel that things dry out, and my embossing wasn't popping, so I thought, wonder if that needs re-inking, and it actually made a heck of a difference. So just hold your stamp down for a minute or two. You don't need to press like you're giving it life support. You do have to press quite firmly with a photopolymer stamp though, and that's stamped perfectly. Then for the little wheels, I've just used this stamp and I've just done, you can do as little or as much as you like. I'm just going to go 3 times on there. It's a bit hard to see and I don't know where I've gone, but I'm hoping that it'll be okay. What types of crafting do you do, Lou? Are you a card maker and that's it, or do you sew? Do you do other types of craft? I can see some dark pieces where I haven't got. Okay. There. Now I'm going to turn the volume off while I heat emboss. Actually, I might need my tweezers for this too. Don't put that in the glue. Might save me burning my fingers, mightn't it? Okay, pick that up. Get the volume off while I do this, if I can see where it is. think that looks pretty good. I do have a cloth in here that I'm just going to pop that over the back, that I use to, which I didn't do on my other card. I must do that to get the powder off. And I wanted to show you if we can see a difference. You mightn't be able to see on camera. So I don't know if you realise we have some Wow embossing powder. Well, this is using, I've embossed all the wheels with my old embossing powder because I have it still and I'm not going to throw it out, but you can see the difference in the Wow. I actually keep the Wow for my words mainly. That isn't too bad. We'll probably use the Wow for my card today, and I'll have that one as a spare one. I just wanted to show you the difference. I wasn't sure whether the one using the old powder would actually work as well. Quilting and card making. Oh yes, I've done a little bit of quilting myself, but when I started card making, quilting went by the by. And I actually have a quilt I started for my granddaughter many years ago that I've not finished. I'm very naughty. So we're going to start, actually might copy off the original card. This was paper that Stampin' Up gave us in our kits, and if you can notice on here, and I think the birthday wishes were supposed to be stamped in silver, but I did this before and I've stamped it in white and I liked it with the white strips there, so I've kept the white embossing. But these were silver embossed with, where do I put those? With this stamp. Oh gosh, I'll show you, then I'll put them, here we go. This is one of the exclusive stamps. The other stamps, the other bundle is available in the online. We can pre-order as demonstrated as the online products, and it's in there. But this one, they've told us will never be available, only through purchasing the kit. So we use this long one here to emboss all of those in silver, and we use this text to stamp in, I think that's, whether it was Old Olive or, I think it was Old Olive, onto these pieces as well. And also the paper is exclusive as well. Have some people asking if we can have the paper, and I just think, just make it up, just do it, you know, with the paper you've got. You don't need to have exactly the same. I don't know, some people they just want to, I don't know, I think they want to make life difficult. I probably shouldn't say that, but that's what I think. That hasn't quite dried. When it's dry, it'll go clear, so I probably should have done this beforehand. Let me see if I can find one that's, we've got to put them all down, so I better make sure that I get them in the right place, hadn't I? So start on a bit of an angle. Oh no, we started with the small one by the looks. Start on a bit of an angle. Yep, that's right. Wasn't sure what I'd chosen there. Just make sure your paper's long enough to go right across. This is less messy than what I did the other day, because I didn't have the glue on. I was doing the glue as I went, and it was a bit tricky. So I would recommend that you do this and just make that to be, make your gaps to be about the same. Oh, I know what I should have done. Should put a bit of Just a bit of adhesive on here so I know where it goes. We're going to take that up and put some dimensionals on it. So, oops. Just make sure it's roughly centered, which it's probably not. Bring it down a bit. That looks pretty good. You can measure it with the ruler if you're that anal, but I'm not quite that anal, so I'm not. And then we're going from here. Well, that one went under, so that could go under if we wanted to. It probably will because there's not much space there. And don't worry, the weaving will happen momentarily. And this one was fairly straight, but I'm going to do mine on a bit of an angle. Hopefully you can see, yes, looks like you can see. Just have it roughly the same distance. And the same here. I don't know what I've done there. I probably knocked it on my first one because I don't know if it was supposed to be like that. Anyway, it doesn't have to be perfect. Yeah, it's supposed to be more of an angle. Anyway, practice makes perfect, they say, don't they? Now, what's next? Our skinny ones. And go under here. Not quite as far under there. It's another skinny white one. I think the thing to remember is to have a bit of contrast between your pieces. Sorry, that's my husband at the ice machine. You can't blame him on a day like today. I've got the door open because I don't have air conditioning in my craft room, and this is why I'm going earlier, a bit earlier today, because it gets rather warm in here by, where'd that come from? By the late afternoon. I'm just gonna go. See, I kept moving mine yesterday when I was doing it. Trying to get it about the same. And we're going to go there. It's pretty time consuming, and you can imagine how time consuming it was to do all the text and all the embossing those skinny little pieces. That was pretty, yeah. We didn't do that, as you can see, this was the original card. We didn't do the extra pieces that I'm putting on it, but that was just a little added extra that I did. And now comes the weaving. So this outside one, we want it under the white, and over the other two. So what Sarah did, was it Sarah? I forget who did this one, actually. She just used the adhesive as she put the pieces down, which I probably should have done when I did mine yesterday. The skinny ones were were a bit awkward. I've probably pressed too hard there. Try not to take too much time. And you get glue all over your fingers. I was trying to avoid that by what I'm doing here with putting the adhesive on first, but it didn't quite work. I think the glue's running out rather quick because of the heat today. So that's that little corner, those pieces. I probably should have done all the pieces. I should have. Yes, I should have, because I've got to get that underneath that one, and I'm probably not gonna. Might not be set yet. Good on me, teaching the wrong way. See if I can get that up. No. Can I get that up? Here I can. That one goes over that. The white one is supposed to go underneath here. Let me see if I can wangle that. But I can't. You know what? We're gonna... No, I don't want that under there. We're gonna just leave it as it is. No biggie. I should have not stuck them down till I did that whole corner. Just know that that's meant to go. The white one was meant to go under, but no one except you and me will know, will they? Now let's not make the same mistake. That one goes over the white, under the blue, and over the other one. Now this one, it goes over the white, under the blue. You stay there, under the blue. Over that, and this last one goes over the white, under the blue, under the blue, and over the other one. So that's right. I'm going to do the big pieces next. So this wasn't a beginner. This is not for beginners. This virtual card class by Stampin' Up! Is not for beginners. You would probably struggle and give up if you were a beginner. Not to say you couldn't challenge yourself, because you could. Don't stick to my finger. I need to use the embossing buddy on my finger. Oh gosh, it's getting warm in here now. I'm glad I chose to do this now. Should put the other aircon on, I think. So they should be all, they're not all stuck down. Didn't I stick that down? No. I got so frustrated that I did the wrong thing. Or maybe I put the sticky on the piece that went off the card. Who would know? Come on. I'm out a bit. You're too close. There we go. Now that should be stuck down. Now let's go here. Start with this big one. It goes... Yes, I do need to finish the quilt for her. She would love it too. She's a vet nurse and she loves everything about animals. So she's also studying zoology, but she loves the job that she's got. So I said, well, you know, why do something else if you love what you're doing? So she's going to stick, because she only got that job at the beginning of the year. It was hard to get, so she's said I can do extra study and I'm really enjoying it. So I said, well, go you. You don't need to do anything else just for the sake of it. So this one goes under that one. Sorry it took so long to answer you, Lou. I was concentrating very hard. And I hope the person who gets this is going to be, I hope they think it's worth it. It'll be a fella, it'll be one of my grandsons or one of my nephews. And that one goes under there. Gets a little bit tricky, some of it. So that one's over the top, and that one's over the top of that, and over the top of that. Okay. So I think that's right, is it? There's a text on my iPad, so I hope it's not going to be coming through my phone and throw things out. I want you a bit further over, I think. Just trying to, not that anyone else except me would care. Just wondering if I've done all that correctly. So that goes under that, over that. I think that will do. I might pin them down. Didn't quite work. Seem to be getting a bit. My glue gun seems to be getting a bit gummed up. I think there's any way you could do this card quickly. It's going to just take time now. Which corner haven't I done? This corner here, which is this one down the bottom. So that goes, might start from the inside, so that goes under the white, and so does that. So let's see if we can bring the white up. I think this is the trickiest part, the weaving. And it goes under the white. Not that tricky, but I'm trying to be quick. Okay, so that one there is under there, over there. What does this one do? I can't really see. And that one goes underneath that one. Underneath that one, over the top. Well, that looks pretty good. I need to grab something to get the glob off that. Did I stick you down? No. It'll be better if you stick the tops of them down and then stick underneath of them down instead of trying to do it all in one time, I think. why I'm doing this now is to give my class and anyone else some ideas, but I probably wouldn't do this in a class. I think it's something you need to do yourself. Well, you've got no constraints on time. Just make sure everything's stuck down well. Looks like it is. Just put a bit more here. It's stuck. That one's not. Can't have our card falling apart, can we? It's not stuck in the middle, but that doesn't really matter. As long as they're stuck on the edges, you won't want them lifting off the edges. Those two can have a little bit more adhesive. I've got glue there, it just hasn't stuck it. Okay. Get our lid back on there. And chop these off. I use different pair of scissors than my Stampin' Up! Ones because they're supposedly adhesive scissors, and I've had them for years, so they're probably not as good now, but they still do the job. So and then we've got our twine to weave through. I've used, what is it called? Is it called linen thread? Or baker's twine. I think I've used linen thread. I think it comes in a different format now to what mine is. I've had it for years. But it's still the same thread, it's just on a different, I think they put it on a roll now. So I think people complained that it was, had like a bend in it, but that's easy fixed. Just grab your bone folder and give it a bit of a flick, and you're good to go. And the string part is the easy part, I feel. What was I thinking yesterday? I was thinking I should have probably had that on. Well, that's what I didn't grab. I didn't grab any more. See, I should have done this yesterday. Have I got any big ones? Yes, I do. I like to do the sticky tape, like a wide roll of sticky stuff, and put on my dimensionals. Then I don't have to worry about taking the backs off and having the backs everywhere. There was lots of, like, it was great to hear all the banter with the with the different Stampin' Up! Presenters. There was a couple of them that I can't remember who did what. I think it was Melody that liked lots of dimensionals, and she continually was, oh yeah, well that's because one of the other ones, that's because I put them on because I care, she goes. And yeah, and she doesn't, because she doesn't care as much as what I do. It's so funny. So now we've all got to put lots of dimensionals on there. I'm just going to make sure that's centered again and put it on my grid paper. Oh, I know what I did on this, so it doesn't really matter. was going to show you that on my other one, I made sure I put adhesive all around there. Then I arranged my, what's the names, my, yeah, I'm not going to be able to get that under there, am I? I forgot that. Damn. So, are you still there, Lou? We're going to decide which of these we want, or if we want a mix of both. What do I do on the other one? May as well just copy, mightn't I? Be lazy. That one went, not that one. Where's the blue one? That one. Oh no, I had them. Oh, you don't have to have them in the same place, of course, do I? That one was with the little one in the middle, which is that one. And that one was that one. Now, can we have a look and see what we think? Our birthday wishes will go on there. Sorry, I've put those on there so you can't really tell. Where's my tweezers? I can hold them over there with my tweezers so we can have a bit more of a look. Lou might have gone. Do we want to do that with the blue? Is there anyone else? There is people watching. They're not talking to me. Or we can do this with the doesn't matter where that one goes. With the Cajun Crows, we can do that. I think either would be great. Does anyone have a preference? Mix of both? Let's try that. That one. And that one, we could put the blue one inside that one. And then we've got two the same colour there. We would want that. And either, well, actually there's no reason why we couldn't do, what am I thinking? We could do this as well. Are we happy with that, or does it look too much? Don't think that looks too bad. It's groups of, it's in a triangle, but it's just more groups, isn't it? We just haven't used this one. I don't think we want that one twice. I think it's too big. We're happy with that? Anyone else got any opinions? I've got other people there. They're not talking to me. Oh, I've skipped a step anyway. Hang on. Yes, that's good. I'm going to have to remember because I've got to put the twine on first. Oh, silly woman. It was just that I was going to put this down and then remembered I should have had the... Let me see if I can get that straight. Stuck to my tweezers now. Oh, goodness me. Goodness me. Our dimensionals stick pretty well. I think that's straight. Yep, that'll do. Okay, our twine. The other one I used, this one, I think I might use this one again. I just like the way it looks. So I adhered it a little bit differently to what Stampin' Up! Did, and this is what I tried to do. We want it in between the wide ones, so that's a wide one there. I can't see that from the other side, unfortunately. About there and about there. You don't have to do this. I'm a bit anal. That one's there and that one's about there. It's got glue on that, so I don't want to get glue on the front of my card. Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm doubting myself. Ah, wrong place. It's better. Twine scissors, ribbon scissors. Also not Stampin' Up. They were my embroidery scissors when I used to, didn't embroider, but I shouldn't say embroidery, when I used to, what did I do with them? When I was sewing I used them, something. Probably when I was knitting I probably cut the wool with them. And I like to make sure it's secure with some tear tape as well. So I don't trust these pieces not to flick off the seal. As I said, I'm pretty anal. And you can just use it off the roll. And this was the kink. I was trying to remember what that was called, the kink that you get in there. And I think you get it on a roll now. I don't know. I'd have to go to the website and see. Yeah, so that's that way. This one, oh, I didn't put a mark on there. And that corner there. Still not in the same right place, is it? I like to be a bit generous with that so that I'm not trying to stick down too small a piece. Just cut that off and then we can make sure it's in the right spot. Easily reposition it. If it's not, that's why I don't use the tear tape to stick it down. It just might be a bit trickier maybe. Stick that down. Might go that way so that I've got all bases covered. Again, trying to be a bit quick again. Off. And yeah, I could have done that and then did this part, but I wanted to make sure I had each one stuck down. Now, where do I want to go next? Here. here, and where's the other one? Oh, here. You can see why I need to have used my silicone mat. I could not live without my silicone mat. Come on. Just makes your cards a little bit more interesting, I feel. Don't cut your finger now. You already got a paper cut. You don't want a cut on there, a real cut as well. Well, that one's lifted off, so that one's in the middle. Go to there. Grab some tear tape. More tear tape. Stick that on there. Right, now it needs to go on the silicone mat, otherwise I'm going to have it stuck to my white paper, and I should have poked those under there. I can't remember where they all went now, before I stuck that down, shouldn't I? Might be able to still do that, maybe. I feel like I want a bit of adhesive on there. So maybe I'll do that. Where did I put my other mat? Here. As we're going to use all these, I think. Doesn't matter if we don't anyway. And this was, I was just practicing with the other little meshy stamp in there to see which one I liked better. What's that? That's the dies. I get mixed up with the dies and the stamps now. You could also use the splatter if you wanted to. That's what that little text, little crisscrossy thing looks like. Looks rather cute as well. But I felt like the other one looked more like a distressed wheel, so that's why I used that. Okay, we might, moving along here, we've got the inside done, so we don't need to, oops, you had that on the right side as it was. No, you didn't. Yes, you did. Oh, that was my practice one as well, to see which one I liked. So if we get some glue on here, we'll hopefully be able to get these on. Even though I didn't do what I was supposed to do. I got that on the wrong side now. I have. You knew that. I'm getting mixed up between what I've do something I never do. Use a mightn't matter, seeing as this has been embossed. Mightn't matter that that's wet. But we'll roll with it. If it's too wrecked, I'll just use a blue one, won't I? Or not. Oh, I am using a blue one. Yeah, or not use one at all. Come on, go back in there. This one can go under there. Even not put. Can't remember where I had them now, so it's not going to really matter too much. We'll put a Caucasian Crows one here. Probably would have had that further under had I not adhered that down. I can't get it up, it's well and truly stuck. So don't make the same mistake as what I did. And this can stick. How did I have that? Maybe I had this in the centre, did I? Because I've got two blue ones here. Let's swap that around. That one there. Maybe take that off there. That one there. And that one. Where can I put that? Maybe it's got to go there. It's a bit bottom heavy, but anyway, you get the general idea. Now where has my card gone? There it is. So this is going to go on here like so. I want to flip it over, so I don't want to surf it, or I don't need to put that on there. This is where we can use some what are they called? Foam adhesive sheets. So just saves you doing stacks of, I could put the whole piece on there if I wanted to, but I don't want to. Don't want to use quite that much adhesive. But I do want it. As I think it was Melody said, if you're putting it in the mail, or if you're putting your project in a scrapbook album, the weight of the album, squishing it in the mail is going to make your card squish and not be as nice. And she does have a point. I probably don't use enough dimensionals, so I'm going to change that. And I don't actually use these as much as I should, so that's another reason to change, isn't it? Use them up. You don't want to have adhesive products in your stash for years, because I had a customer at one stage said to me that her, oh, what have I done? I'll put that on the inside. Have I? That'll teach me for... I have. I'm going to have to put another piece in there. Yeah, I just realised that. I don't normally do the insides first, but anyway, I've put my stamp on the back of that, so I'll leave the paper on there, but I'll just have to put an insert. That's what they didn't give us inserts, but a couple of them I did put inserts in because they that's really cute. I like both colourways. I probably actually like that one better. I didn't think I would. You don't know till it's complete, do you? So that goes that way. I somehow or other flipped that around, but anyway, it's easy fixed. I can easily put an insert in there and put some more paper. And what was I going to use for... I have got Secret C actually. I wonder. It's probably got enough Secret C on there. We also got a packet of these that go with, I've forgotten the name of it. One of the bundles that's in the online store at present. Let's see what I have. I don't give my girls bling anymore. What did I put? I'll put the, yeah, might do that. These, I remember they were in a Christmas catalogue probably last year. Not last year, probably the year before. So, been around a while. Oh, I didn't think there was any little ones. There is. Why didn't I think there was any little ones? I think that's what I used. Yeah, I did. And I think they're Calypso Coral. Don't know what else they... Not Calypso Coral. Gosh, use your brain. Cajun Craze is what they are. Now, why did I put that there? You just want to make sure you're doing triangles, and they suggested putting 5 on, which I'm going to start doing because I have so many so many of these, what are they called, blingy things, that I'll never use them all in a lifetime. So I may as well use them when I can. Put that away. Pop that away. And we are done. Once I cut a piece for the inside there. My words might be a little crooked. So there's that one, I did the same, and that one that was Stampin' Up's. That one you'll get to do when you do if you do the class. We also got, explain that in a second, bring these away. Also included these little masks and these kind of die cuts, so you weren't, where is it? Because I went a little bit wrong, I re-stamped these and I fussy cut mine out because you can see I wasn't lined up properly. There is no die that goes with the one that I showed you before. That's the one that's exclusive and won't be released. You won't be able to get it unless you purchase the kit. This one you will be able to get on the, I think it's the 3rd of February. Getting all these dates mixed up. So this one you will you will be able to get. We actually used the lovely Thinking of You in our last class. The girls all loved that, but I couldn't tell them. I thought it was going to be the annual catalogue, and then I see it in the online exclusives. So I'll just go through quickly and just explain a little bit about, oh, I could show you what else. I could show you the, where are they? I could show you some of the die cuts, but what have I done with them? Yeah, so this is what I mean about the die cuts. We got 2 full sheets of these so that we didn't have to be die cutting them. And I didn't mess any of the big ones up. So that's for the big stamp that I showed you, this one. So we could stamp that on there. And the other little ones and the leaves were for the other stamps in that set. So we got leaves and we got flowers. And we got paper with lines on the back so that we didn't have to measure anything. We did have to cut up our card fronts. You probably can't see the lines because, and with the two-tone, they did this. They made one part of the sheet light and the other part dark so that they could put the cut lines on the white backs, which made sense. So they were all the papers. Oh, I have got some of that left. Did not realise I have to go back and use up some of these things. So we're starting from the back, card 15. These are the things that are too difficult to see when you're looking at the cards online. This one actually uses a flip flap as a bit of a shaker. You can see that. And you've got your little flowers. It doesn't really, mine doesn't really shake that well. And this little tip, for they didn't have flowers on there. Mine was to cover up a dirty mark there. I've used different greetings. I forget what they had, but it was not something that I wished to use. And of course, it's your card, so you can just change it up, do whatever you want. This piece behind here, that isn't gold foil, and neither are the flowers. That is, did I bring it? We actually embossed, so that's just white cardstock. We actually embossed the whole sheet with gold, and I thought, well, that is a good idea, because I didn't want us to have to purchase, if we didn't have, too many extra products. So instead of putting the gold foil that you had to purchase, we made our own gold foil. So we cut the flowers out of that whole sheet, and this sheet here, this behind here, that's a whole piece of gold embossed to make a sheet. I probably wouldn't do that again, but I do like the fact that, because I've got some old powder, I could use that up. This one, I won't pull this one out. Again, I used a different greeting. I forget what it had, but it wasn't, what did it have? It wasn't something quite simple, but you need the mask. Just had friend. So if I'm sending a card to someone that's not my friend, it might be my niece, or, might be just someone I know that's not a friend. I send a lot of cards, so that was their original, and that's mine. And that was one of these little masks. So you can't get those, so it's kind of exclusive, because we can't get a lot of the things. And why would you want to? This one again is using the flip flaps. You've probably seen this online, but I did want to explain to you. This one's got some stitching in it as well. I don't know that my stitching is very good. And this frame was bigger than that, and she showed us how to cut it down to make a square frame. It was a long one. So, and this again has got flip flaps in the inside, which you could put photos, and I've changed up the greetings from thanks and you're on my mind and in my heart. I don't talk like that, so. Oh, and we've coloured this. This DSP was just black and white, and we've coloured it. It wasn't black, it was Secret Sea. We used Secret Sea throughout, not what's it called? Memento. And that suited me just fine, because I did test Memento. I use it because I have to, but I hate it. This one again, I've changed the greeting. I could just go back through my stamps and pick out something that would fit, that I would actually use. It's just like a, I don't know what you call that. Isn't that funny? I don't know what that's called. That would be easy to recreate with the stamps and the dies that we have got, with just, I don't know why you'd want to recreate it in the same paper. It's pretty, but why not try something different, is what I think. That's just me, that's just my opinion. This one has got the little words that I showed you before, and this stripy paper, that's just using your blends. And I used my ruler so I could get them nice and straight. Thought I was pretty clever doing that. We also did the insides. You can see the twine on the inside, but that's fine. This I struggled a little bit with, trying to get the twine through, but I would use, instead of a pokey tool, I would probably use one of my little punches. I just didn't know if it would work, and I didn't want to die cut again, so I just did what they did. Oops. I'll worry about that later. This one's pretty simple, but you need the mask. And is that what they use? No, they used Love You So Much. Not many people that I would send that to, so I just used the Happy Birthday, which is out of the exclusive set. This one was rather involved. Oh my goodness, it took forever. These were using this is exactly the... Hi, Alice. Where are you from, Alice? And thank you so much for watching. This one, we used this little mask and we Versamarked all those little dots and clear embossed them. And then we used the text on these ones that we've cut out from the dies that I showed you before, and cut them in half and then stuck them together, did we? Yes, we did. Oh, I can't even remember how we did that. You know, I think we cut the brown ones in half, the crumb cake ones in half, and stuck them on. Or did we stick them all? I'm trying to pull that off so I can show you. Oh yeah, we did. They were the whole ones, and then we cut the crumb cake ones in half and just put them on there and alternated them. Turned out rather a cute card, and I've done the same greeting as they use because I always use Happy Birthday. As you can see, they're not just simple cards, not by a long shot. This one's a gatefold, so it opens like that. We've just got the text. I'm not going to untie it and tie it back up again. And we have coloured in the paper again, which took forever and killed my back. But and we've got paper on the inside, and if you can see that, I should undo it, shouldn't I? But I'm too lazy. It's got one side's the paper and one side's the coloured paper and one side's the other. This paper, they've alternated that, and we've done the little... I'm probably supposed to do the little spots on there too, was I? No, I did it correctly. Sometimes I look and say, and that one's exactly the same as what they did. And is that the one? One of them we used our colour lifter, and I don't know if that was the one or not. Very, very subtle to make it look like a bit like dewdrops. Something else I've never done before. This one's pretty simple and pretty much the same, except I didn't need a congrats, so I used Happy Birthday. And you just coloured the little flowers in, coloured the centres in. You can see my stamping's not perfect, but it's okay. It's a handmade card. And this one, I won't pull that out. That's, I think we might have, oh, okay. I think I didn't even watch that to see how I did that, because I didn't want to use Love You So Much. I wanted to use Happy Birthday. I had pre-done it in Calypso Coral on the two-tone, but I think they may have... I'll have to go back and watch. It looks like it's got twine around it as well, which I didn't do. I just copied. But the frame was, that was white, and we've changed it. We've used our ink pad and we've made it Secret Sea. We've just put the ink all over it, which is something else I'd never do, but boy, it uses some ink. I had to re-ink my Secret Sea one. This one I messed up. I've got some retired stamps there, and I was trying to hurry, and I've grabbed the Rich Raspberry instead of the Berry Burst. But no one would know except me, and now because I've told you. This one's just got a little flap that opens up, and she taught us how to Was that Karen? I think that was Karen. She taught us how to do that, which was rather cute. And we've also stamped on our DSP to create a bit of texture with the little flower stamp. Just different things that we wouldn't think to do. This one actually did my head in, and I'll tell you why. So the front was pretty straightforward. But I had pre-done it and I'd done it incorrectly. We die cut the pretty paper and then we flipped it over, and I think, or did we use the two-tone? You were supposed to flip it over so that you got the variation. I did them both the same, so I had to redo it, but we had extra paper. So what did my head in, and I had to ask Rhonda how to do it, was this piece here. Is I'd done everything correctly and I didn't want to mess it up. This is one piece folded over, and I thought that's the only way it could go. And I couldn't see where she'd stuck them together, but that's exactly what she did. So, and you can write in the middle, and I put a piece in the centre just to stabilise it a bit. It felt a bit floppy to me. It's a beautiful card. I may not do it the same as that, but I would do it again. And this one, oh, I think this might be my favourite. We've cut the die, we've cut that down. We've stuck it on. I've actually added some little gold dots from, oh, where did I put that? Oh, it's just gone in there a bit. This little one here. What is it called? It's Posca pen, because they looked a bit flat to me, so I've used some little gold dots rather than use a heap of gold embellishments on there. And these are all embossed, of course. We have got paper that we could definitely use to recreate that. You might see this on an upcoming live. And I don't know if you can see, but it's actually stitched. We put little holes and we stitched. Someone very special will be getting this one. And on the inside, we did use the rest of the mask, the remaining mask, just to add some texture with some paper. And I love the envelope even. Look at that. Just beautiful. Some embossing and some emboss resist done on the envelope. Really pretty. It's great to have cards done and the envelopes to match. This one you'd probably find a little bit more tricky. Again, I didn't want in my heart. I wanted happy birthday. She placed the die either side and ran it through. No stitching on this one. And lots of colouring. This is the one I added the insert because that's blends and it would go through. They asked her why she didn't do that. She said, and did hers go through? She said, yes, but I don't care. So, okay, fair enough. So yeah, and actually rather simple, coloured in all those flowers, coloured in all the leaves. That might be the one that we did. Yes, it is. Don't know if you can see the little dots on there. Have I got that up to the camera? You can see little dots put with our colour lifter just to make it look like it's a bit what's the word? A bit like dewdrops or something on the flowers. Just something, a different technique. So that was card number 1. Took me a while to finish them all, but I was glad, and I was glad to finish them, and I was happy I did the class. So yeah, so that's all I have for you. So I think I'm going to go and have a cuppa now and sit in front of the air conditioner where it's lovely and cool. So I hope you had a good week. I hope you had a lovely weekend, and I will see you next Thursday, hopefully. Okay, bye-bye.